This time I will work on the inside. First I need to access it. A couple of bangs do not make it come loose. I have to unscrew the bulkheads and break off the bulkheads. I guess the epoxy has penetrated through the staple marks. And then, finally, the masking tape is well glued to the hull, and I have to leave some for the sander. I put on a fresh band with 60 grit paper and start working. The finish on the inside is less demanding. However, you still want a smooth surface without voids, bumps or holes. So I hand sand with a 40 grit paper. A long board is handy for this process. At last, I'm happy and can proceed inside.
Hi there. As the hull is a bit flexible, as you can see, there is a large risk that I will have deformation of the hull compared to the bulkheads. So I need to do something about that. As you can see, it's not even close. So this bulkhead should go here, and it's at least a couple of centimeters over on each side. So my plan is to tighten it a little bit. Here in the back end of the hull, close to the stern, it's impossible to sand, and the surface is quite rough, so I have to fare using a lightweight epoxy filler. And the other thing that is supposed to happen now is to pre-wet the surface with epoxy. But as you might see here, for example, there are quite some gaps in the laminate, and I don't want to have any air trapped in the laminate when I put glass fiber on it. So I need to fill this with epoxy.
I try to balance the need for filling the gaps with not oversaturating the wood with epoxy, with moderate success. Now the fairing compound. This is an epoxy filler. I'm still not happy with the surface after the filler has cured. I try different tools to get it smooth. At last I'm happy and can proceed inside. I preheat the hull from 18 degrees. While waiting, I cut the glass I need. I cut an extra piece for the seating compartment. At about 24 degrees, I stop the heater and turn the hull. First I fill the remaining gaps with thickened epoxy, wetting the surface. Then I put down the extra layer of glass that I will have in the seating compartment. The main layer on all surfaces. I take care not to overstretching the fabric in the bends, as this will result in air bubbles. The excess is cut off and used for covering the stern. with the rubber putty. After about 10 hours of curing, I can clean cut the edges and add the second layer of epoxy, wet in almost wet. Now I add the second layer. I will not add a third layer, as the finish is not so important on the inside. After curing, I check the result and I'm reasonably happy for this time.